Investigation is exposing details of a U.S. deal with Russia to convert Soviet nuclear warheads and then ship thousands of tons of radioactive material to a plant here in southern Ohio.
And now our exclusive investigation uncovers where that Russian material really came from. Tonight, Chief Investigative Reporter Dwayne Pullman introduces us to Mayak, a once secret complex there in Russia that scientists list as one of the most radioactive contaminated places on Earth.
On Google Earth, a massive nuclear complex comes into full view. This is Mayak. For 40 years, it was a secret site in the former Soviet Union, critical to building nuclear bombs.
I name myself daughter of Closet City.
Nadezhda Kudapova grew up in the shadow of Mayak, believing in Soviet propaganda. I talked to Nadezhda on Zoom from her home in Paris, where she's lived since 2015.
We created plutonium for nuclear bomb.
Nadezhda's patriotic view of the plant grew darker with time as she began to connect Mayak to contamination and cancer around her. Did you see cancer, death, everything related to this facility?
Yes, of course.
Dozens of nuclear accidents at Mayak have been well documented and confirmed by Russia, including a massive explosion in 1957 that irradiated thousands of square miles, making the area Nadezhda grew up in one of the most contaminated places on Earth. Nadezhda told me many of her relatives died from cancers and diseases, including her father, who she says worked at Mayak.
He suffered from the very hard cancer of stomach. It's very hard memories in my childhood.
Nadezhda says she tried to blow the whistle on Mayak, but was charged with espionage and forced to flee to France.
I was threatened by 20 years of prison.
If you're wondering why I'm focusing on a facility on the other side of the world, well, that's because Mayak is central to an American plan to dismantle Soviet nuclear warheads, convert them to enriched uranium, and ship that radioactive material here to the Portsmouth Gaseous Diffusion Plant, or PORTS, in southern Ohio.
The Congress got into a deal to bring Russian warheads.
That deal was called swords to plowshares, or megatons to megawatts. U.S. government reports reveal thousands of tons of enriched uranium converted from those Russian warheads were shipped to ports throughout the 90s. Jeff Walburn, who was a top-level security inspector and anti-terrorism responder at ports, spent decades researching government documents and says the Russian radioactive material sent to ports was contaminated with dangerous impurities.
It was the worst of the worst.
And as this government map clearly shows, the road for those Russian radioactive shipments to ports leads back to 4 Russian sites, including Mayak.
This is the place where we got our stuff from?
That's who you got in bed with.
In this transcript from a 1994 meeting of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, or NRC, the CEO of America's now privatized nuclear industry admitted initial testing of the Russian material revealed excess supplies of plutonium and other dangerous elements. In 1996, that same CEO told the NRC the Russians asked, "Would you mind if we gave out-of-spec material with plutonium in it?" The CEO assured the commission everything they have delivered has been well within specification. But 5 years after shipments began arriving to ports from Russia, the General Accounting Office, or GAO, issued this report stating 1/3 of the shipments from 1995 to 1998 were not subject to transparency measures. Around ports, plutonium and plutonium isotopes, which are far more dangerous than uranium, are now being picked up by government air monitors. And this independent study found plutonium isotopes in river sediment and dust collected from homes near the plant. When I told Nadezhda, that Russian political refugee, what we uncovered, she was stunned that America would ship anything from Mayak.
I have never heard that they transported the nuclear materials which could contaminate American soil, and For me, it's very surprising.
While Russia isn't the only source of dangerous elements at ports, it's clear shipments from Mayak and other former Soviet facilities did appear to include at least trace amounts of plutonium, which leads that former top-level security inspector and others to question whether contamination and cancer in American communities is connected to Russia.
Do you think Russia got the better of us?
Oh, they got the better of us.
Dwayne Pullman, Local 12 News.
And late this afternoon, the U.S. DOE responded to our investigation, stating in part, quote, the shipments were of low-enriched uranium, not plutonium. There is no evidence over the 20 years of safely implementing the program to substantiate the claim that plutonium of any amount that would be significant for public health and safety was part of these shipments. Now, you can read that full statement from the DOE in Dwayne's story right now at local12.com.